Hey Future, it's your boy, Boom the Hedgehog. Not my name. Hey Future, it's your boy, Boom here, coming at you with something new. Now, this is a new Let's Beat It that I started right now because my camera decided to start working again. So let's go! Now, there's a lot of talking in this game, but I'll get to that when I get to it. PlayStation 2. Okay. A lot of talking in this game. It's a very text-heavy game. It's not an RPG. Some people might know what that is already, but others might not. Alright. I love this game. I haven't finished it, but from what I've played and what I've seen, I love this game. Yeah. So here we go. Starting up my new Let's Beat It. Alright. Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there was a tiny village by the name of Kamiki. Legend tells of a horrible beast that threatened the residents. You can speak words, shut up. It also tells of the wolf that risked its life, that risked it all to protect them. Controlling the very fiber of existence, this wolf stood up against the beast many times its size and banished the darkness. This ethereal wolf's valiant act ushered in an era of tranquility. The villagers' hearts swelled with respect and adoration for the wolf. Welcome to Let's Beat It. Okami. Oh, Okami. Well, let's get it started then, shall we? This game is amazing. It's not very well known, which is sad because it should be. This game is amazing. The music in it is great. The story is great. Everything about this game, I love it. Hideki Kamiya did the story, so he did a great job with this game. Everything about this game is great. I love it. There are parts. Every game has parts, but there are parts. But I'll shut up. Or not really, but I'll stop. Long, long ago, a tiny hamlet known as Kamiki lay nestled in a grove of proud and beautiful cherry blossoms. Each and every tree around the quiet berg was honored as a god. However, the village was not without its dark secrets. To satiate the appetite of Orochi, a fearsome cave-dwelling beast, a young maiden was offered as a sacrifice at the annual festival. With a body like a mountain and 8 heads mounted on necks the size of tree trunks, its blood-red eyes alone were said to curse anyone who gazed into them. No one dared disobey the horrific beast. Sorry, the X button on this controller is horrible. It's really bad. I don't like this controller. When the night of the sacrifice drew near, a mysterious white wolf appeared outside the village. This wolf, its coat as bright as brilliant as snow, was dubbed Shiranui. The wolf kept a watchful eye on anyone who ventured outside the village, and made a habit of patrolling the streets at night. people assumed the wolf a familiar of Orochi. One villager took it upon himself to face the fearsome Shiranui. The warrior Nagi attempted many times to challenge the wolf, but his attempts were thwarted by Shiranui's swift movements. Before long, the night of the accursed festival had arrived. A white-plumed arrow heralded the coming sacrifice. Piercing the sky, the arrow sunk its shaft squarely into the home of Nami, the village's most beautiful maiden. Nagi, harboring a secret love for Nami, was enraged by this sight. Determined to put an end to Orochi's once and for all, Nagi traveled to the beast's cave in place of his beloved. The Moon Cave, a place as dark as evil itself, served as Orochi's home. As Nagi stood bravely before the entrance, a beast appeared, eyes glowing crimson upon 8 thrashing necks. Orochi stood tall before him, anxious for another sacrifice. Nagi leapt with incredible grace, swinging his blade valiantly. On and on he sliced, well into the moonless night. But Orochi's hide was like steel, the blade left nary a scratch. At long last, Nagi, his energy spent from the intense battle, dropped to his knees, fatigued and gasping for breath. He knew he was staring death in the face. It was then that the wolf appeared. As if to protect Nagi, it stood its ground before Orochi. In the darkness of the cave, the wolf's coat shone brilliantly. Alas, it was Shiranui, the wolf that dwelled outside the village. Baring its fearsome claws, Shiranui leapt toward Orochi. Orochi reared its terrifying heads, readying its fangs for battle. The two beasts struggled wildly, thrashing in the darkness. Mysterious and terrifying, the spectacle continued. Shiranui summoned gusts of divine wind to counter Orochi's flames. How do you do it? Well, you'll find out. As Orochi closed in on Shiranui, sharpening claws glistening, a gigantic tree suddenly sprouted forth, shielding the wolf. Shiranui fought gallantly to gain the upper hand. However, Orochi, protected by a mystical power, was not easily bested. Shiranui, covered in gashes, majestic coat dyed crimson, stood exhausted before the mighty Orochi. Orochi saw a chance to strike what would be the final blow. But Shiranui refused to give in. With its last ounce of strength, the majestic wolf gazed heavenward and unleashed a mighty howl. Suddenly, the black clouds overhead dissipated. The light from above glinted off Nagi's sword as a beacon of hope. Guided by his sword, Nagi, who had been taking shelter in the shadows, stood proudly to face his adversary. Channeling all his strength into his scarred and battered arms, he leaped ferociously toward Orochi, his sword poised high. The golden sword danced in his hands like a puppet on a string. One by one, Orochi's fearsome heads separated from their owner. You cut all the heads off! I had to be serious with this many times. Orochi's broken body collapsed in a lake of its own blood. Dude, that's metal. In that instant, the curse that plagued the villagers was lifted. As the battle subsided, the sun shone once again in the sky. Shiranui had succumbed to Orochi's poison and struggled to breathe. Nagi scooped the beast into his arms and returned to Kamiki. When they reached the village, Shiranui was no longer moving. The village elder gently stroked the wolf's head. In response, Shiranui let out a hoarse and pitiful bark, then closed his eyes and drifted off as if into slumber. Peace had at last returned to Kamiki village. In honor of Shiranui's heroic exploits, the villagers erected a shrine and placed a statue of the wolf within it. Pause. Nagi's sword was christened Tsukiyomi and placed inside the moon cave. The villagers all looked forward to an age of endless peace. However, this is not the end of the story. There is more to this tale than most people know. 100 years had passed since Nagi and Shiranui's heroic exploits. It happened so quickly that no one in the village even took notice. Of course, that's not the end of the story, because then we wouldn't have a game. Is this the legendary sword? Is this Tsukiyomi the sword that banished the dreaded Orochi? No, it couldn't be. It's just a legend, nothing but a fairy tale. Oops. Uh-oh, cheerio. That wasn't it, it was spaghetti. But I mean, shut up, my words. Oh, he who seeks power, he who has broken my bonds. Speak the words, I wish darkness onto the land. Utter that prayer unto me, and unleash my power. Ooh, controller vibrated. Yes, one of the heads did just bump into the middle. We'll get into that later because right now stuff's going down and I don't want to spoil nothing. So, as you guys have seen, there is a lot of talking, a lot of dialogue is in this game. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the first line of every character in a different voice, so that you guys hear what the voices are going to sound like, or what I imagine them sound like. So, and then I'm not going to read any more of their lines, but every time a new character is introduced, I'm going to speak a different line. A horrible tragedy suddenly swept over the land. However, there was one village that seemed to escape the terrible curse. The tiny settlement of Kamiki village enjoyed the protection of a sacred tree. It is here that the real story begins. That it does. Now, as I said before, I'm going to read the first line of every character, but I'm not going to read any other lines because that would be way too complicated. So I'm going to think of a voice every time. Wood Spirit, Sakuya. First voice, how troublesome. That was the first line she had, so I'm not reading nothing else. I don't know, Sakuya. Why are you talking to a statue, though? I don't understand why you're talking to a wolf statue, of all people, to ask for help. You're asking a statue of a wolf that killed a giant dragon demon thing. Are you sure you're got your priorities straight here. Oh, are you dying? Amaterasu. What's that shield? What is she doing? What? Wait, what? Wait, what? Okami Amaterasu. Yes, this wolf that we see in front of us is the goddess of the sun, Amaterasu. Now, I'll also go into Amaterasu's backstory, in this game at least, in a little bit, because there's a lot of talking and I only have 20 minutes, so... But yeah, there's a lot to go over, there's a lot of things happening. This is going to be a long part because the game starts off pretty slow. I'm not gonna lie, the game starts off pretty slow. So, this part's gonna be pretty long. I'm probably gonna end it roughly around in a little bit. I'll end it in a little bit. Won't make this episode any longer than like 18 minutes. Oh, well. Boy, that escalated quickly. Nippon. Yes, the land is called Nippon in this game, which is basically Japan. What they call Japan in Japanese is Nihon. So Nippon is close to what they call Japan in Japanese, but different enough that it gives it a fantasy aspect. So they changed it like that. But yeah, Sakuya is an interesting character because, as you have noticed, her clothes are very revealing. But people would debate that in her back, some people think that's her butt, but other people think that's a peach. Now, you can go either way, it doesn't matter. But, you know. Now, welcoming the voice of Ami, technically, and one of my favorite characters in this game. Yeah, I'll cut it after he speaks. Ow, 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 ow! Are you nuts? Boy, for a little thing, you sure make a big fuss. I was just trying to make the conversation a bit more interesting, that's all. Now, I know I read more than one line, but I love this guy, so I'm going to read a lot of his lines. Plus, he talks a lot. Bug, I told you 1,000 times not to call me that. I'm a wandering artist. The name's Isun. Wandering artist. Isun. Yes, guys, I love this guy. Isun is the voice. He is the one who will speak all the time for Ami because... God, I hit myself there. I'll show you just how great I am, and it won't be long till you're bowing before my great brush. The painting of Sakuya. Well, what do you think? Even cuter than the real thing, no? With you, Furlall, you look kinda down in the dumps. Actually, you look kinda familiar. Alright guys, well, I'm running out of time here, so I'm gonna end it here. Thanks for watching. If you like the part, subscribe. And I'll see y'all later. Alright? Later, future.